I should like just quickly on YouTube and post something. Nah, I won't.
It's too.
I'll just pull up that financial post. I gotta get you in here too.
It's true. I'm just wondering if I can.
So much stuff.
Yeah.
So much stuff. Actually got the F40, the other 3800, and the Skyline in there in the background as well. I think Jason would be proud if he saw this.
He probably would.
Because I never knew if I would ever buy Rapido, and now I'm hooked into it. I mean, I
feel like
see fanatic.
I feel like the only thing I'm really missing is a turbo train.
Tell you the truth, I was looking at the tempo at one point, but then I saw the LRCs, and I'm like, I gotta get LRCs, especially to go with my 150 F40.
Sit down for a second. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure I can. Okay, yeah, and then
Okay.
we'll go this way a little bit. This is why I always started early. Okay, I got both of you in there. Let me turn this a little bit.
Should actually hide those.
Yeah, because we're gonna be removing stuff as we go anyways.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, whoops, sorry.
Yep. Okay. The master of ceremonies.
10 watching.
10 watching already?
Already.
Wow. Who do we got?
Sparky, SMT, William Sullivan, Canadian Railroad 89, More Trains, Dwight Curley. Oh, I didn't see this. LJL Rail Yard.
Yeah, I'm just so trusting we're live.
Nick the Train Nerd.
Oh, I should have known Nick was on.
Dennis Brennan. Yeah. Finished the lawn just in time.
Yeah, at first I saw something, it was on CTV News, they were actually talking about Peterborough and all that, like, with the station, which is weird.
We're building a station in Peterborough?
Yeah, for VIA. Like,
It's about
oh,
time.
that's sick.
What? That's mine.
Oh, that's yours? Oh.
It's up there. It's like the first thing I custom painted ever. So it's like garbage to my standards, like what I can do compared to like what I've done recently. But
yeah.
Everything
takes time.
That model is older than me. So it's probably about 35, 36 years old. It's an Atlas Blue Box? Yeah. Or Athearn Blue Box? Atlas Blue Box.
No, Athearn, it would have been an Athearn Blue Box. I don't think Atlas had blue boxes.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
You all right?
Oh yeah, I always get very nerve-wracked over lives.
Trainman 777.
Trying to find a place to grab it. Okay.
Just grab her by the nose.
Oh, you went with that? I like the cap.
I actually changed that. I actually took the other one off and I put that on because I actually saw that one in Wainwright.
I thought it gave you the option for both.
It did.
But you have to remove it?
Yes, you have to remove the opponent. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Giving too much away.
I know. Okay, I'll be quiet. When we start this, we start talking about what we got.
Well, to pick it up because you can't really see it.
Oh, yeah. And also, as we're like talking about stuff,
right?
Yes, the whole thing. We rotate. Actually, the camera rotates around us. It's on a drone right now, and it's super stable. So it has its stabilizer on, so
He's got the technology.
I've got the power. 6,000 peso, man. Are those the cases for the
Yeah, for the
cylindricals?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had more in there. I was like, geez.
No, and the
more.
and the cabooses down there too. I put some of the stuff down there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
I actually had the first run of gondolas of this. I got a CM pack I bought from Custom Trains back in Orleans like years ago. Yeah.
Oh, wow. The first one was really nice too.
Oh yeah, they were.
You like up till maybe about like late last year, you could still find the CP or the CN at a random show, like still brand new. But as soon as they announced these, it's like, why would you go with the old run, right? Get some new numbers. Obviously, they also changed a couple of the features on them as well.
Yeah, they're mostly all mows now.
There is a lot of mow, yeah. You have the thingy, the link thingy.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Yeah, I was actually talking with Perry as well. He's on the road right now. He's
Perry's
gonna
on
watch.
the road?
Yeah, he's gonna watch it later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. He had entered the contest thingy as well, so I'm sure he'll be anticipating a win.
Do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I watched it. Terry loves yogurt. Okay. Go.
No doubt.
Terry loves yogurt.
Did not see that coming.
I'll do 10,000 push-ups. Get on my back. Okay.
They actually had a model train episode, and I tried to put it on my channel, but of course, copyright laws wouldn't allow me.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's really good.
Ooh.
There was Terry versus Holt. Yeah.
Oh.
Imaginary
Yes.
versus real.
Yes. Imaginary versus prototypical.
Yeah. That was good. It's good.
Of a 1938 Southern Pacific yard, there's no drainage for the hut.
Yeah. Why is there dinosaurs?
Terry's Taco World.
What time is it?
It is 2 minutes to go.
Oh, we should just start now.
You know, I was thinking it's not really dark outside.
No, it's not going to get dark till almost 10 o'clock.
Tonight will be GVO before dark.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel. I feel like I should change the name of it now. No, it's too late. We're in too deep.
GVO Summer Solstice. And it is actually Canada Day weekend coming up too.
That's true. Any plans?
Just going home.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You?
Mark? You got plans for Canada Day?
Canada, no.
No?
I lay low.
He dresses
You're
all
not
in
working
red,
on your layout at
and then he
least?
stays home.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Next week I'm gonna dive into the layout. Summer started, so back on track.
All I've been doing is wiring lately. It's a pain. It's like my least favorite thing.
So we have a few questions on already. So I just
Already?
Okay,
Wow.
yeah, go.
about Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, God.
Dennis, I'll get back to you. I'll try and message you later. I don't know the episode, but I have it at home. Also, Lauren wants you to know that you're almost out of Blue Royals. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, the Royal Hudsons, the
They're
blue ones.
already almost
Yeah.
out.
Is that even after that restock?
Let Chris know almost all those Blue Royals are gone.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Hot cakes. They go like hot cakes.
Harrison says we should go rail fanning at Walkley Yards because it's summer.
There's not much happening though at Walkley.
No.
Best bet, Manitoba Yard. Tristan always goes there. It's in Brockville, and there's a lot of traffic there.
I saw his last video actually. Instead of Brockville.
Yeah, he does it all in Brockville.
It's called Manitoba Yard?
Yeah, Manitoba Yard or the Brockville Station. I wish.
It's 8 o'clock. It's 8
Yep.
o'clock. Y'all know what time that
Ding,
is.
ding, ding.
Yay!
Wait, hold on. I got a thing for this. Hold on a second.
Yeah, theme music?
I don't have a theme song.
GVO
You got
After
sound.
Dark
Hold on.
with Chris and Mark. Oh,
I can do that now. Okay, enough. No. It'll stop. Oh, there we go. Okay, it stopped. Okay. What a way to start out the show. Okay. Welcome to GVO After Dark. This is episode 8. I am Go Veer, Go Home. To my right, I've got M&M Rails. Mark, how's it going?
very well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And to my left, we have Brandon, also known as Bubs031.
How's it going, Chris?
Good. How are you?
I'm having a blast.
That's good. We've been doing nothing but laughing.
Yeah.
Right up until the last second there.
Exactly.
Wow, it's been pretty crazy doing the setup and everything for this. We ran out of room, but we've got the Rapido show today, so we've got a little bit of everything to show everybody. We're really excited about this, and it's been a long time coming. There's been so many announcements just this month alone from Rapido. I can barely keep up. So,
Don't mind me.
Mind blown.
mine is blown.
Product placement. Product placement.
Especially if you're an N scaler. That's a different story.
Yeah, big news.
But let's see. Okay, so first off, definitely want to thank our sponsor for the GVO After Dark show. It is Otter Valley Trains. Big shout out to Lauren. I know he's watching right now. And if you have not signed up for the monthly, or actually they usually send it out on a weekly basis. If you haven't signed up for that weekly newsletter, do so, because they always send out, and it has a whole bunch of awesome product at an amazing price. Let OVR save you money. That's OVRtrains.com. So let's start off with news. You have something for us.
Yeah, I was actually, well, it came up during the week. It was actually with the infrastructure bank from Canada is giving $71 million to Via Rail.
I'd like $71 million.
That would sound pretty good too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of RC cars.
But yeah,
Do you know what they plan on doing with all that money besides not giving it to me?
well, it's basically for frequent service. It's a dedicated track and faster for more frequent service in Quebec and Ontario.
Okay, so you're saying that they're going to be making more dedicated tracks,
Yeah,
so that
more right away, so that they would get away from like CN
CN
and all that.
Oh, well, it's about time. It's about time.
It is about time. That's my question. Why now? Why did it take so long to invest in the train?
I think it's slowly making its way back. So I guess that means my whole horse and carriage business is gonna go out the window. But that was barely off the ground, anyways.
Via's like what? Mostly, it's actually a government company. Really, it's not
It is
a
corporate. Yeah, it's a corporate.
So yeah, so really, most of the money always also goes back to the government too, doesn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah, government funding and all that. And usually it comes from the investors and whatnot as well. So, and they make a pretty penny as well. So
They always.
So in 10 years, it's going to be very different here.
And I definitely won't be able to start my horse and carriage. No. It's still an idea. It's still on paper. So
That is true.
But I also have a news story for this month. It's called The City of San Jose versus the Union Pacific. What have they gotten themselves into this time? The city is exploring legal action over a list of grievances, including noise from overnight trains. The railroad has said it's protected. The railroad is said to be protected by federal laws. It is a quality of life issue that began in February, so back in February of this year, when UP started running more trains at night to cut costs. UP is mandated by federal law to blow horns at crossings. I'm sure, as most of you do know, it is the law. So, however, it's not just the noise residents are upset about, it's the blight, the homeless encampments, and illegal dumpings. Due to it being the railroad's jurisdiction, the city can't really go in and just start cleaning it up. So UP is exploring community cleanups and giving law enforcement access to the tracks. They also plan to establish quiet zones for 14 crossings in San Jose to mitigate noise at a cost to the city. So if they want it to be quiet, they're going to have to pay. So, I mean, that's all the news for this month. But we've got lots and lots and lots and lots of announcements. Where do you even begin? Okay, so actually, let's start with June 3rd. On June 3rd, Rapido did a live show, and it was from a museum. I forget the name of the museum.
It was in, I believe, New Jersey, or because they were doing a lot of their announcement was mostly all American-based commuter.
Yeah, true. So they were at the station, and I'm sure everybody was watching. That was on Facebook. Did
Facebook, and
Live.
I think maybe now they have it on. I don't know if they have it on YouTube yet. But no, yeah, mostly on Facebook. It was a little bit. It did break in and out there. They cut out. So.
Oh, okay.
But I think they got the point across. I liked it.
Yeah, they always seem to have a hard time with their connection, because even when they did the live the other day on the 24th, it even cut out on them too. So it happens, right? But it's all given the locations that they're at. I'm pretty sure that they don't really have as much access to Wi-Fi or those crazy internet speeds, but
or someone's hacking.
It's a government conspiracy. But let's see. So we've got the Amtrak Horizon cars that were announced in both HO and N scale. They were built by Bombardier, given the pronunciation is what you agree with, in 1989. There's a coach and dinette, and it was original and modernized. There's a full interior, tinted windows, lights, so it lights up on the inside. Now, I did do a whole conversion of the MSRP, because any MSRP that they did provide to us was most likely in American dollar, because it's all American road name, and it was announced in the States. So I just converted them all to Canadian. So for an HO car, it's $132 MSRP and $80 for an N scale. Then there is the commuter Comets in both HO and N scale. They're Pullman standard, 1970 to 1973. They were still produced till 1996, and a lot of them are still in service today, which is really cool, which makes for a very modernized car. There's a full interior, tinted windows again, lights and marker lights on the cars. They have these newly designed wheel sets, which actually have roller bearings right into them, so they'll roll really well. You can get an HO 3-car set for $435 MSRP.
That's not bad.
Or a single for $132, which is not bad as well. Which, I don't know, a lot of people were complaining, saying that the prices have gone up for these cars. Even with the new LRC cars, they're at least $30 more than what they were last run. So
yeah, well, it is that time. It's become, well, don't forget, we got there's always something with the market and all that too, right?
That's true. So for the commuter Comets, you can also get an N-scale cab for $92 or an N-scale coach for $80. I don't know why they have them as two different prices, but it is what it is. Now, there was also a bunch of F40 PHs that were announced, which are mostly all American road names. You've got at least 3 different Amtraks, AMT, the Ski Train, VRE. You got CSX with a larger fuel tank, because it is the only one with a larger fuel tank, and also New Jersey Transit. They have era-specific details, and they were scaled from original blueprints, which finally, American road names are getting the F40 that we got with the Vias. So I'm sure they're all very excited for that. Now, I did mention the Ski Train F40, because you're going to want to get some cars that is going to match with that. They also have the Rio Grande Ski Train HO scale cars that you can actually get with them as well. That was also announced. They operated between Denver and Winter Park in 1940. In 1988, they went to Hawker Siddeley, former CN Via Tempo cars, and in 1999, they bought 3 Amtrak F40s, originally used GP60s, and you can get HO scale 3-car set for $422 or a single for $145. That's
You're
a lot.
right.
That's a lot of information. I like to be thorough, somewhat. If it made sense, it made sense. If it didn't make sense, it's because I wrote this near the beginning of the month, and when I look at it now, I'm like, does that make sense? I don't know.
forget the AMTs.
That's true. That's true. There's also the AMTs, and there is
The Agawas.
The Agawas, right? I don't write down every name, but I try to, because for certain ones, if I went through every single RDC bud, I'd be like that, and then there's more, and there's another road name, kind of like when we did the whole LRC thing. There was a lot of LRC, so it's like, coach, business class, fun colors.
Yeah, did you hear about that? Rapido released. That's it.
Monkey Town.
There's also a rebuilt FL9 relaunch. So this is something that I believe that they had announced a couple of years ago for the FL9, and then it just kind of hit the back burner.
It definitely hit the back burner on that one. I think now that they finally have the time there, it's now coming back.
That's true. So, and you can get them in Amtrak, New Haven, Maine and Eastern, New York Central, and Metro North. And there's 2 different schemes for the Metro North. Whew, that's a lot of announcements. Jeez. And it continues.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Rapido did not hold back. I wish other companies gave this much stuff all at once. However, none of this really affects my bank account because all that first stuff was American and all this stuff is N scale. So
there's something in there that may affect my bank account, just to let you know. But that's another story.
So for these ones here, I've got pictures. I'm going to provide you with pictures. So we've got, now I was at the Rapido HQ on Monday with Otter Valley. It was really nice of them to have me go with them. And they did their announcements, and then we got to see these items up close and personal. So I just want to show you N scale F40. Finally. Now the picture doesn't even do it justice, because when you look at it, like when you look at the picture, you'd swear that's an HO model, but it is an N scale. It is an N scale model, and they're really nice. You get the rebuilt, and you can also get the original, the delivered. So you get the one with the HEP generator, and they also did, or they're also doing, $10 bill.
Oh, nice.
Which I should buy it just to find the $10 bill in N scale as well, because I've already done it in
They're actually doing a $10 N scale bill to go with this?
Yep.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Yep. So there's only one road number for that one, but there's about 6 for the other ones. 6 each, I believe.
So Otter Valley has that for pre-order, is that right?
It's not up yet.
Okay.
It's not up yet. Soon though, soon. Okay. So they've got the original scheme, the Canadian scheme, which has the large flag. They're also doing the Renaissance and the $10 bill locomotive, which is number 6403. There's 4 numbers of each of the original, and then there's 6 of the Renaissance, just in case you want to buy a bunch. You're looking at an MSRP of $169 for a DC, or $279 for a DCC sound locomotive, and they do have ESU lock sound included in them. Amazing for N scale. It's about time. Now, with those cars, or with those locomotives, you're definitely going to want to start pulling some N scale LRC coaches. Again, if I was N scale, I'd be saying it's about time. Thank you, Jason, because this is something that I know a lot of people have sought after. You always see whenever they do a live and there's a comment section, there's like 50 people are like, LRC, I want LRC.
Turboliner.
And they've got a lot of different ones for that as well. They've got the original. They've got, as a coach, they've got the original. They've got the small flag and the big flag. Then in a club car, they've got the VO1 original and the Canada. So the Canada one, it just says Canada along the skirt of it. And then they also are doing one of the fun business class ones, which have the swoop down the side in the green. Very nice. And you're looking at about an MSRP of $69.95 for each of those. And don't forget, you can also get an M-Track or undecorated as well in both coach and business class. Next is a big one. Another big one for N-scalers. You've got, here, you can show those.
All right, I'll hold them up for you.
Okay. So we've got the FP9A, the CN style, and the CP style. So you've got a little bit more of a variety here. You've got basically the Gondola Central, the Via CN, Via Rail Canada, CNR 1954, the green and gold, or you've got the CN Zebra stripes, as they call them, the Zebra. Then the Via Rail Canada with the CP block, CP script, CP in the action red with the 5-inch stripes or the 8-inch stripes, and of course, little old undecorated, just in case you feel like getting handsy with some paint and you feel like doing that yourself. So those are really nice, and there's obviously a lot of different road numbers for each of them, so you can get multiple.
I'd be so excited if I was doing N-scale right now.
Right?
If I was just starting out, like, do I N-scale or HO scale? And this came along, it'd be a hard decision.
See, now here's the thing, though, because both these have been done in HO and they have been done in N-scale. So, no, you gotta go. You gotta go. Sorry.
You give N-scale.
Yeah.
Little Chris, N-scale Chris.
Oh yeah, little N-scale Chris. I'll come up after.
Yeah, because I like HO scale because of the LRCs and all the VIA options. But now with the N scale coming out with VIA, I don't know.
Yeah, like to tell you,
I might go N scale.
When I actually got back into model railroading,
I've been there.
Like HO, I was mostly with it, but now that they're coming out with all this N scale, should I come out now with the N scale or should I still stick with the HO? Because at the time, Rapido was really starting to take off and all that.
Yeah.
And now that they're really taking off with the N, what do I do?
However, the thing you got to remember is that all these items have already been done in HO.
Yes.
So we're not at a loss. They're just more or less playing catch up at this point. They want to give equal, what you call it. Because I wouldn't be surprised if the next thing they announce are some N-scale buses. I mean, Athearn did announce that they're doing HO and N-scale buses, but most of the names that they were doing were all American anyways. Right. Like the park ones, like American park names. But yeah, so then
like national parks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we also, here's a big one.
Oh god. Oh.
Again, this has been done in HO, but now we've got an N-scale Canadian moose. You can buy them. No, he said you can't buy the moose. Okay, never mind.
It's not a moose, that's an elk.
Is it?
Yeah.
How can you tell the difference?
A moose actually has a bigger antler rack. It's actually wider. That's actually an elk because you can actually tell.
Is that taken from a real moose or elk?
That's a real picture, I believe, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is an actual elk.
Huh.
That's not a moose.
You learn something new every day.
So, did Jason say that was a moose?
At first he said it was a moose, and then I think someone corrected him and said it was an elk as well. But it looks
us,
like
us city folks don't know wildlife too much.
No,
I'm up from the valley, so.
Well, I mean, you've seen your share of elk or moose.
Oh.
So, So, with the Canadian set, it's a 10-car set. You get a baggage, 2 coach, a Skyline Dome coach, a diner, a Chateau Sleeper. You get 2 of those. You get 2 Manor Sleepers. You get a Park Dome Lounge Sleeper as well. There's also a 3-car add-on set that you can get, which comes with a coach, a Manor Sleeper, and another Chateau Sleeper. And they also sell the Skyline Dome separately as well, which is also cool. And they also have a Prestige. Is it a Prestige Dome?
The Prestige set.
Yeah, which is really cool. We need that in HO.
Yes, we do.
So there's maybe N scale 1, HO 0. So
I actually sent that question to Jason on his live stream, and he's like, "No, but who knows what's gonna happen?"
You know, he has it in the back of his mind now. He's like, "I want 2 of them or 3 of them." So
he wants to populate his lamp.
That's true. That's true. So for all these cars, basically, you can get it in the CP Burgundy, the CP Action Red, Via Rail Original, Via Rail HEP Canada. You can get an unlettered, unnumbered version as well. And you can make, I think he was saying you could do up to like 18 cars to make a full Canadian set. Like it's 12 to 18 cars that you can do. And that's crazy.
That is very
so
crazy.
You're going to need like 2 or 3 of the F40s to be pulling that, if that's the case.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really cool. All righty.
Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot.
Do you want to talk about this one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's more.
Oh,
there's more.
Oh, I can't talk about
There we go. I've got lots of flyers. I went flyer happy.
Free sweat.
This I actually like, because I'm actually, ever since these came out, I'm like, I wanted to do something different with the club. And I saw the Via. I'm like, everyone has Via 40s, Via LRCs. Why not a Via RDC set? But now seeing this, because I have the first run RDC and the second run RDC, this is going to be nuts. I can't believe they're doing another run of RDCs.
Do you want me to hold it and then you talk about it?
Yeah, like they're doing they're making, like, there's a lot, like they're doing the RPO baggage, the combis, and they're doing them in so many schemes in CN, Via, and CP, and I believe in BCR as well. Like they're actually doing the maroon hockey mask, which ran until 1980.
Wow.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
Now, of course, as well, as we're doing this, in the chat there, which we're gonna check in on the chat in a minute, Mark is gonna be posting links for the Otter Valley website where you can actually buy some of these models, because they're still available. Some of them are, not all of them. We'll go over that. But with the RDCs, do you have the RDC link? So we're going to post an RDC link. If you have not gotten any of the old run yet, I picked out a cool one. Actually, I think it might take you to the page with all of the RDCs. They're all there for your consumption. So you'll be able to choose one, and yeah, you can buy it. But wait till after the show, because we still got lots more. That was like literally all the announcements. It's like an hour in, and all the announcements are done.
I got a text from Chris yesterday saying, because I asked him how was the Rapido live launch thing, and he said it was pretty good, but it was all NFL stuff. I was like, dang, NFL. I was trying to picture NFL. Like, do they tackle each other? Or, oh, it was autocorrect, N scale.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was driving at the time in my car. If you talk to the car, it has the Siri thing built into it.
Oh.
So I'll have to say a sentence like 7 times, because apparently it does not understand me. And when it seems like it's actually gotten close enough to what I'm trying to say, I'm like, you know what? Send it. I don't care at this point.
Just gonna send it.
Yeah. So let's talk about all these fancy trains and such, because it's the Rapido show. So we wanted to make sure that we had an abundance of Rapido here to show you what you're missing. If you've never purchased a Rapido product, if you're thinking about it, if you seeing that there's maybe some stuff that you can pre-order and you want to snag it because you know that it's going to go real quick once it hits the shelf. It does happen. It does happen. Great example are the gondolas, the O&R. Like as soon as it hit the shelf, it did not last too long. And, they sold those in 6-packs. They sold those in singles. They were going for $43 for a single and $245 for a 6-pack, which is a really good price compared to most other retail stores that were selling them for upwards of $50 to $60 for a single car. It's crazy.
You have like what, 12 of them?
I have 13, but I have 12 that are Rapido.
A baker's dozen. Nice.
Baker's dozen, yeah.
In case one breaks.
Just in case. Just in case. So let's see. Where should we start? Well, I mean, I already started with the whatchamacallit?
The gondola.
The gondola. What can I say about the gondola that?
Okay, wait.
Oh yeah. We're gonna check in.
Yeah, we gotta check.
Lauren's an announcement. I have that set of owner left. They never sold.
That's right. So it was sold out for a while there, and we actually managed to find a set of 6 of the O&R Chevron. So if you're still seeking a set, $245. Just checking. Yeah. So for $245, you can get a 6-pack of these. I'm not sure if it's pack 1 or pack 2, but Otter Valley has 1 box left. So send Lauren a message if you are interested.
Wow.
And he will hook you up. And
sounds tempting.
honestly, they're really nice cars.
Oh,
a lot of people had beef with the ends because the ends of these are not correct. It looks more of a waffle end where this is ribbed.
Really?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know what? They made them in a large bulk set, so I'm sure that they just wanted to do all the ends the same basically and get them out the door. It wasn't really a huge announcement. It was just one of those spur of the moment, like, okay, I guess we're announcing these. There you go. And people knew about them from, well, when I had seen their video just before Christmas of the tour of the warehouse.
Yeah, I saw that one too, yes. You
just see like a stack of them. And I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my. where do I buy it? And then 2-3 months later, they finally announced it because they had come in and we were able to get those for, was it the GVO 6 or 5?
Oh, I think it was 6.
It was either 6 or 5. I can't remember, but.
You want me to pull it up? No.
But yeah, and then I had all 12 set up here and it was like, yeah, it was awesome. I was really happy about that. Yeah, they're great. And then they had so many different road names that were done with those. CN, CP. They actually did Mo units for the first time in those. Algaloma Central, BC Rail, 2 different Ontario Northland schemes. You name it, they did it, basically.
My wife just logged on and said, I need those. No, honey.
He does.
I don't do O&R.
Yes, you do.
There's O&R on the CN.
Not 13
No. He has 6. He has 6 of them.
6. What he was saying, there's only 6 left. I'd take the 6 and then get some CN to go mix with them.
No. Honey, do not listen to them.
Do it.
Birthday present.
No. All right, and then next, what do you want to talk about? Point at something. Let's talk about it.
Well, I noticed that the CP Rail 3800s are coming back out again.
Yes, they're doing another run of those. I think I got some pictures of the new ones, unpainted.
Ooh.
But yeah, they look really nice. The cylindrical hoppers, which go for, and I can do it, $54 for a single, or $305 for a 6-pack. And we do have a link for you because there are still some available from the first run. So take a look at the link. There's some CN there, and I believe also CP. And yeah, I mean, they're really nice. They have, brass metal etchings.
Yeah.
walkways that
This
are
is actually
see-through.
the Marine Industries version of that style of car, whereas they had the other NS. The CN ones were mostly CN.
Yeah.
The CP was actually Marine Industries.
Oh, nice. And now, did you weather this one yourself?
I actually weather this one. It's more like a fertilizer version. There's also
okay.
one behind you on your layout with the larger Pac-Man. You can actually pick that one up. Go for it.
Just didn't want to put my finger marks on it.
It's don't worry, it's okay, it's good to go. Like I put a matte varnish over the top of it, so now you can pick it up without getting your hands all sticky
Nice.
or covered in white chalk. But
These
yeah,
are really nice.
I just dry brushed it, and
I have to get some of these. I'm yet to get any, but I need some of the CP Pac-Man
Brandon,
ones.
are you CN or CP guy?
I'm actually a little bit of both. Of like, I grew up like in an area where actually down in Lancaster. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
But in that area, it's the corridor. Like CN and CP are like within 15 kilometers of each other.
Okay.
You got the Winchester sub up in Green Valley. I also had family down in Dalhousie Mills, so I'd always watch the trains go by there. But where I grew up, I was right on the CN main line, just about there. So every night you can hear the trains just rumbling through.
Cool.
And it's what got me hooked on this.
Yeah. Nice.
Very nice.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
nice. And you got them both as individual cars, or
Yes,
do you have
I
more?
got no. I only got the two individuals.
Both different numbers?
Yep, of course.
You're one of those as well?
Yes, I can't. If I do get another number the same, I will try to change it.
If it's
don't-
only available in
Yes,
yeah.
but I only do it with one. I can't do it with like say 7 or 8 because it's gonna be. Oh, I got to do all this and yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Mark? What do you see? What do you like?
Well, you guys are talking about other stuff. I put a little question out there. I said, 3 of these things are mine. Can you guess which ones? So I got the bus for sure because I go on about my buses.
That's right.
I have 4 of these nice OC Transpo buses, the fishbowl.
And do you remember how much those would normally retail for? I want to say 50, but I might be wrong.
Is that actually the light up one? Does that light up?
It might. I bought one of each.
Oh,
So my cousin bought me 2, so I have 3 of the regular, or I guess they're called standard,
yeah.
and I have 1 deluxe. And I'm not sure this one is, but I haven't tried it yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the deluxe one was
But-
upwards of like $80, $90 because of all the
Yeah.
extra add-on parts and whatnot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I bought it so long ago, I forgot the price. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all
But you
good.
can't buy them anymore, right?
No.
No, yeah, those ones are all sold out.
There was a
and-
bunch at the Empire Train Show, which was nice to see.
Yeah, but they
So
wanted
you
an
can-
arm and or leg.
Oh,
and I see
yeah,
you've got
of
all
course.
4 limbs still. So
Yeah.
I take it that you were happy with the 4 that you have.
Did you have to beat it out of the guy to try and get to fight back?
The only thing is, I mean, if you want to go prototypical, these are from the 80s, early 90s,
Oh yeah.
and I'm trying to go for modern on my layout. But so I might just do like a time warp as you tour the layout. It's like this is the 80s, then it goes to the 2000s. But
Yeah, I hear that eventually they're going to be making the buses with the extension, the
Really?
add-on, with the it moves. I don't know
Wait.
if it's true or if it's going to happen
Wow.
or if it's soon.
I rode
or-
those all the time.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, that was like you get right to the middle. I guess we call it the accordion.
Yeah. Oh, that's the fun part.
Oh,
And you
You
just
that
decide
sit
one.
there-
to oil in the bar. You gotta go
Yeah.
bus surfing.
Or yeah, I remember
Right,
actually
exactly.
doing that a couple of years ago, where you're actually on there and I can actually feel my feet split apart.
Yeah.
Like whoa.
Yeah. Very cool.
Now, one thing that I'm seeing here that I really like are all the cabooses or cabooses.
Caboose.
So this is the wide vision Angus. Yeah, that's
From the
right.
Angus shops.
Now we've got Ontario Northland. We've got CP, which is this one is a Mo unit, and then what did you call this one earlier?
This is a graffitied base. This is a graffitied version. This was actually a custom. This was a George Trains custom. I actually picked this up at Hobby House. This was the last one that he had.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that one was really well done, and you weathered that one.
Yeah, I just weathered the outside. The graffiti was already on it when I got it, and the card and the actual particle board. If you actually can see that.
Oh yeah, they boarded up the windows and whatnot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now the wide vision caboose is actually my favorite caboose. I don't know why. Maybe it's very is the word perpendicular, where it's like it's the same, like it's very centered and then
Symmetrical.
symmetrical. Yeah, symmetrical. It's very symmetrical, and I I don't know, it draws me to it that way in a sense. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, I need that in like every paint scheme. But I've had like 4 or 5 of these in the ONR, and then that's my first CP one. But yeah, I really like it. And they light up. They use the track power to light up the inside. I guess yours doesn't light up though.
Yeah. Well, actually, the one end does with the class lights. One side does.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, they do have classification lights where if you have the wand, you hold it over, and then there's a red or green light on the. Is it just red or is it red?
Red. It's just red. It's just a magnetic.
I was thinking about your caboose.
I know. I'm not. This is a Rapido show. Unless they want to see it, we'll pull that out later.
Actually, I was telling them about that. I think I was talking to Josh Andrzejczuk about what Rajan did. Yeah, it's like a $90 caboose that you turn into a $400 caboose. And he was very impressed. Did you actually show him pictures? I didn't have any pictures, but I told him exactly what you guys had done to make it like said expensive. So yeah. 2 coders. Oh yeah. But these here, they all went for $79.99 when they first came out. Some of them are really hard to find nowadays, and I know firsthand when I've sold one of these, the ONR ones on eBay, it went for $dollars, and I even know somebody who bought one for $200. So, the thing with the Rapido products is that not only, when you're buying something from Rapido, the resale values in some cases have gone way up, and it's crazy. Most of these here, like I paid $130 for something like that there, just because they're hard to find. Yeah. Are you actually going to put the grates on the windows? I thought about it. I just haven't really done anything with it. Okay. I really want to get the main done, and then I can start running things. Yeah, that is the main thing. So I haven't really done stuff as far as detailing and whatnot, but I mean, it is definitely a thought for sure. What are you eyeballing now? I'm actually eyeballing Mark's Super Continental via 1984, a 1980 style passenger car. These are very nice. They are. They did about, what was it, 2? They did 2 runs of these? I don't remember. Maybe. I feel like they might have. They've got the diner cars that are coming out. That should be out in the fall. I know that these are hard to find now. And when you do find them, was it like $90 for the car originally? Yeah. And now you can probably pay about $130 to $140, $150 for one of these. I bought I think 3 of them off you, right? Yes. Well, yeah. And the thing I really like about them is all the window, the shades. Some of them are different. Yeah, they're all different heights, just like the real ones. And this is a coach car, so you've got, was it 50 or 60 some odd seats in there? I can't remember. No, I can't remember either, to tell you the truth. So much information, let me tell you. But we've got all the separately applied grab irons. This thing has the easy peasy lights in it, so you just, with your wand, and the whole thing lights up. It looks really nice. It was actually more successful lighting than the LRC car with their strobing dance party lighting that they did, which they're going to fix for the next run, I should say. Yeah. But I do, no matter what, Jason has everyone beat on underbody detail. Like, that is ridiculous. 110%. You've got all the tanks. Everything. Like, everything here has underbody detail. I'm actually wondering, this whole table right now, what we have, how much total is what we have on this table? Well, this row itself, that's about $900 right there. Three and something. Well, this was $325. Okay, mine was $310. I can't remember what the GMD one is, unless I think they were like $280 or more. Can't remember. Actually, I think I got the price here on mine, because I got, it was a very limited run, like, because the stripes, they were very limited production. Oh, it was $349. $349. So even with that, yeah. So you're clearing about $1,000 right there. So, which is pretty crazy.
I'm gonna post a link for the LRC too, since
Yeah, you want to talk about that one?
as you all know, this is my favorite, my precious.
Yeah.
I do have 6 of them, thanks to my wife and Chris, and I have 4 more coming, thanks to Lauren. So I'm gonna have a whole whack load.
When do those pre-orders end for the new ones?
Are you quizzing me?
Yes, because we had this conversation earlier.
Tomorrow, right?
Boom, tomorrow. If you're planning on getting any of the LRC cars,
It was Monday, right? So
it was last Monday,
last Monday?
like the Monday, like the 24th.
Yeah.
Now it's tomorrow.
Last Monday, right?
He extended it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, if you're getting any of the new LRC cars, you have about 24 hours left to do so. $10 for a pre-order. You do not want to miss these ones. They actually, for the new ones, you get the business class and whatnot, obviously. They're doing more of the blue. They're doing the ones with the green on the bottom. They're doing the city ones where the 40
The 150.
years, the 150.
That's the 150, Canada 150 of Confederation.
And they are also doing the business class. The one that I really like the most is the one where it has
The 40.
no, it says Via right in the middle, and then you've got like the triangles on the sides.
Yeah, that's
the business class.
Yeah, that's the one business car. That's the 40th anniversary business car.
I pre-ordered that one. That one's cool.
I actually pre-ordered all 4 150 to go with my F4, my 150 F40.
Oh, nice. But you know, they're actually putting a capacitor in it now, so that it's gonna keep the lighting on a lot better.
That's gonna be nice to see, to tell you the truth.
It's a huge upgrade
Yeah.
from this to that. The only thing I'm concerned about is that they're using old tooling.
They're trying out the molds, is what they said. They said if actually how the LRCs are coming with their molds, if that goes good, we may actually see maybe more white Anguses come out because of that, if it comes out good.
Hopefully. Hopefully, right?
Like maybe we'll even see more Super Connies.
That'd be great, because I know that there was they did a lot of different runs in those as well. And even like my O&R ones, which they only did 7. I need more of those, and they're really hard to find. And they were the part of the Super Continental one.
Are you getting a diner car?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the diner car, but I mean, it's just a diner car at that point. It's a fancy car on my layout that needs coach cars.
Did he still run?
Well,
No way.
No, they don't really run.
They changed to the silver ones.
Yeah.
They changed the silver ones. Via doesn't run those unless it's Glenn Fraser. I think that's the only one that's running right now with Via Rail. And well, Jason's car, Edmonton. I actually would like to see that run with Glenn Fraser in real life when it's ready.
And back to the silver cars. Does Rapido make the whole line of?
They did the Canadian.
They did, yes. They did do the Canadian NHO, and they did do a separate run of park cars, and they actually did their run of mid Skydoos.
Now, I know they did the box set for Canadian in CP,
Yes.
because it originally started with CP, and then eventually it moved to Via. Did they do a Via box set, or do you have to buy all the cars individually?
They did a Via box set.
There was a Via box set.
They actually also did, like this was when I first saw it, it was around $1,500
Ooh.
at that time. So I think now by then, I think it'd be up there. But they did a Via box set, and they did a mix CP Via box set.
Really?
I believe that is a rare one.
Yeah. I've never even heard of that one. That would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen them go for at least $2,000 for a complete box set.
Actually, I just saw one on the yard sale on Facebook, $1,300 for a block maroon set.
Oh, I mean, it's a really nice set to get.
It is.
But I mean, I'd probably wait. Like the same thing with the turbo train, which we really need to have here, a turbo train. I wish there was, you know what?
Wait,
I would take all this off right now.
Where's Nicola? Is he on there? Because I know he has a CN turbo.
He does have the CN turbo.
And he had that out at the show. Is he on there right now?
He was. He's been quiet. He is still.
But if they redid that, I'd sooner get a brand new one because of the drive system. I know they had a lot of issues with the drive system in the first train. But if they redid it, I would be more than happy to spend that kind of money as opposed to the $1,300 that people are asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but
It is. It very is. Like, and then you see the odd one out there. Like, can I do it? Or is the wife
Yeah.
gonna kill me?
that's definitely one you get, and then you hide it somewhere, you know, like under the bed or something. Oh, the wife will never look here. But
Then you see your son pull it out.
that's a conversation to have. Oh man.
Oh.
So apart from models, because we talked about the bus, we talked about different cars and whatnot, they also did a switch machine, and they also did an uncoupler, which I didn't take out of the box because today these are going to be the prizes for the contests that I was holding. But I just wanted to say that basically with that, the way that they made these, where you can actually have a pre-existing layout, you don't have to start from scratch again just to switch your switch machines. You just drill up, you put it up in, you glue it in place, and then you just corresponding use the different depending on which rail system, because they have all the little different, I don't know what you would call them, the different headers for the switch machine. Targets.
That's what it is. It's targets.
So it comes with a whole bunch of different targets depending on the rail that you're modeling after. And I had a couple of uncouplers before. They do work really well. I'm crazy with wiring, so I try to avoid it, but they try to simplify it in the most simple way for you, and they do give you very good instructions for them. So I'm going to be giving these away after to one lucky viewer, which we'll find out in a bit. But I just wanted to mention them because they're also a Rapido product, and yeah, they're really nice too. So what do you want to talk about next? GMD.
You want to talk about my GMD?
Yeah, because this thing looks boss.
All right. I actually had this custom weathered actually by Tristan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Tristan.
Yeah.
Tall Trains.
Yeah, I actually have his business card here. DCC, Tristan's DCC and customizations.
Yep.
But yeah, this is actually one of the rare runs of the zebra stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And it had the 645 prime mover. They actually put a bathroom on board for other people now.
Really?
They took the batteries and put them off to the side instead of that.
Yeah.
And they went to their single smokestacks. I love them. I actually make it look like at the club. I make it look like the guy's actually on the side with a remote control pack.
Nice.
So he's actually hanging off the side, going down the line as this thing is going, and they just sound great.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you hear a 567 and a 645 prime mover together,
mm-hmm.
you actually are wondering, like, oh.
And you said that you had swapped out the front of that too, right?
Yes, I actually. It was a normal grill. I actually have the grill in the box, but I swapped it out for the CN logo because it has that option.
Mm-hmm.
And that I actually like because I actually saw this on an actual locomotive in Wainwright, Alberta.
And it also depends on like if you're going for the prototype you wanted to correspond with.
Yeah, this is actually a long hood forward version.
Nice.
Because ditch lights are actually on the front instead of on the back.
And those came out, I want to say, not last year.
2016.
Yeah, okay, so it's been a couple of years.
It's been a few years for the GMD ones. I also have, and that's the third run of the GMD one. I have a second run GMD one here as well.
Oh, jeez. So they've already done 2 runs of those then?
3.
3?
Oh. 3 runs.
Now, I know all the N-scalers are still waiting for theirs. They haven't released the N-scale ones yet. But they're going to be doing them, hopefully, probably.
Oh, wow. I did not know. I think they did, yeah, well, or they're making another. I know they only did 1 run, but I think you were able to get a pack of 10 at one point.
A pack of 10?
A pack of 10 GMD ones in N-scale. This was years ago when they first came out with the N-scale version of the GMD one.
Wow.
I don't know if it got off the ground though, or if it actually did, but you can get a pack of 10.
That's great.
And they did the zebra stripes in a pack of 10.
Yeah. Oh, and obviously all different numbers and whatnot.
All different numbers, and they even did the different axle versions as well, from the BBs to the 1A1s.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Cool.
Copyright.
Trains all over says hi to all of us. Do I know Trains all over?
Oh, that's Tristan's little brother, Dylan.
Okay, I thought so. Hi, Dylan.
Who else is here?
Chris Hedrick has signed on. Ben from Creative Rails. He's a big fan of the uncoupler from Rapido.
Yeah.
He calls it brilliant. And if Ben says it's brilliant, then I trust Ben. And
Well, see, a lot of people were using the
sticks. And
the stick, but then there was also that piece by the
Rick's.
Oh, I know.
KD.
KD had that too. The magnet strip.
And you put it right on the track, and then
Oh,
when you come over
yes.
it, then it goes.
Hobby House actually still has those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. But like, yeah. So if you needed a bunch, you probably wouldn't be able to get a bunch of them. But I don't know, because they're just not as popular as, like, you know, moving forward with obviously these more futuristic, where you flick a switch. And you know what? I even got to try it out because they had one set up at Rapido headquarters.
Oh.
And it was really neat.
Tristan's watching now. Tristan's watching.
Time for the contest? Is that the theme music for the contest?
No, it's just Tristan giving us a heads up.
Hey, Chris W.
Big C?
Big C.
What's going on?
Yeah, I think I read the big. It just says Chris W. Wasn't it always Big C? It was Big C.
He changed it.
But it was Big CW, right?
Big CW, yeah.
And now this is Chris W. Well, hey, Chris, welcome.
Do you want to talk about the F40s? Because I know you have one. I've got two. Do you have an F40?
I got two of them.
You've got two.
Yeah, but when it comes to my knowledge of the F40, like Brandon kind of. I know it looks pretty and makes noises.
Looks dope.
It is dope.
I built my own. If you didn't check that video out a couple of years ago.
Oh,
I built my own. Just saying.
It looked like it took forever.
But these are nice with all the separately applied grab irons. This one has the HEP generator unit. It obviously also has the beacon light, which I really like as a nice feature.
The emergency shutdown.
The emergency shutdown, yep. And these are also nice. The what do they call the reflector or the
bug? Yeah, the bug deflector.
Yeah, deflector. I said reflector.
I like it because it still runs here in Ottawa. Like
that's true.
Associated.
They're going to be running for a while.
P42.
They will be. These guys will be running for a while
until the new trains.
Yeah.
By Siemens come in.
Yeah, that we'll be seeing those on the corridor, but we'll still be probably seeing F40s pulling the Canadian and the Ocean.
True. Now that's the Renaissance scheme. They just did a whole bunch. Obviously, unless you live under a shell.
What's the raffle on? We'll get to it, Tristan. We'll get to it.
Jeez, Tristan.
Yeah, the only thing I don't have is any wrapped, like, you know, your fancy CBC and the home hardware and the Kool-Aid and the.
I think my Look, Listen, Live and my Via 150
Taco Bell and the Pizza Hut.
I have the Look, Listen, Live.
And the
I love the home, but not the Home Depot.
Which actually 60. I believe it is that number right there.
6411.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually have my number, but I have the old. The Look, Listen, Live. That was the Look, Listen, Live unit right there.
Oh, nice. I'll switch it because I wanted the Operation Lifesaver one. That one or Kool-Aid. I really like the Kool-Aid one as well. But I mean, I had to get the CBC one because the red and blue. I want to pull this out for a second here.
Go for it.
Just because I love the red and blue to it, but because of the LRC cars that I'm getting. Some of them are the newer, more modern ones, and some of them are the older ones. So now I've got, one for each. And I really like the blue handrails and all the little accents on it. Oh, it's so nice.
You gotta love the Screamer, and that is the Screamer as well. Because when they went to the rebuild, that's when they got the separate HEP generator, and now it sounds like a normal diesel. Whereas these things, when they came in, it was just nonstop at notch 8 because it was running the alternator for the entire train.
And it's covered in dust. I really got to clean. I got a spot clean.
That's called weathered.
Weathered. It's professionally unweathered. But yeah.
Natural weather.
Natural. But yeah, again, you got all the grab irons and whatnot. They're all separately applied. They all look fantastic. And they go for 304, or was it? No, 305 for a DCC sound model and 212 for a DCC
Oh, that's a good price.
DC silent.
That's a good price. That's a very good price.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you want to talk about your dome car?
This, Tristan helped me get this guy. He actually got this off a guy in Calgary.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. This is by far maybe a rare item. I don't know if Kokanee wasn't. Kokanee Park.
Kokanee Park, okay.
This, I don't know. I think it's one of the rare ones in Via's scheme, but I believe there's one that's even rarer than that. I don't know.
Now, this isn't from the newest run, right?
No, those were the mid domes, which is right behind you. That's the newest run right there. Is the mid dome car? Too? That's mine too.
So this was from the newest run, and that one is a
that's an older one. That was an Via exclusive.
A Via exclusive.
Yeah. You just gotta love the underbody detail. You just gotta love that.
I like all the seats. They're blue in this one.
Oh yeah.
And then
actually, I heard about that in the video because with the N scale ones, the seats are actually turned around.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying some of them that were rebuilt, the seats were actually flipped.
Huh.
And some of
was that done in error or is that on purpose?
I think that was done in the I don't know. Like I got to go back to the video and watch it again, but they're saying that some of them were actually flipped. Like some of the cars were flipped because they were turned into cafe cars.
Yeah.
Because I think this was just normal seating and all that, and then the newer ones they turn them into cafe cars and all that.
Yeah. Now again with the underbody detail, and I don't know how much the camera is picking up, but if you've ever
it's picking up a lot.
If you've ever
see that from there.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's picking up a lot.
So if you ever get a chance to flip one of these over, hopefully not while it's moving, take a look because there's a lot to it, and you will be pleasantly surprised with what you find. Those are really neat. And even possible to find those anymore still?
These ones? Yes. Yeah. Larkspur has it still.
Okay.
I know that. Does Otter Valley have them still?
I checked the website and I don't remember seeing any. I think I checked.
I think Lauren's going to tell us in about 2 seconds.
Lauren, do you guys still have any? Well, he's looking.
And if you do, what variant?
I think all the Via ones were gone though. To be honest with you.
Maybe does he have the CN ones in there, like the special ones?
I'm not too sure.
No, but park cars are long gone.
Oh, park cars. I was talking about Skylines.
Mid domes, some.
Okay, so there are some mid domes. Huh. So what happened? We'll come back because we still got to look at this one, and then we're going to have an overall discussion with the the Rapido and whatnot. We got a couple of questions that we're going to probably ask each other as far as Rapido. So we're gonna take a time for a second.
Yeah.
Was it last month or the month before? I think it was a month before. I had pitched an idea where I had put together a questionnaire, if you will, just a survey for you guys to fill out, send back to me, just overall, what you think of the show, right? I want to make sure that everything that we do is, it's for you guys, right? You guys are the ones that are watching. We want to make sure that everything is covered. If you're having a good time, if there's anything that you would change. And I got lots of feedback. Most of it was positive. Most of it was very positive. And I really appreciate everybody that took the time to, reach out to me and fill it out, send it back. So that had closed at the end of the last show there, like the next day. So we're going to do the draw here now for the people that did take part in that. And I got all their names in this GMD box. So it's very fitting. It's a Rapido box. And of course, like I said, you're going to get one of the uncouplers, a Rapido uncoupler. And you're going to get one Rail Crew switch machine. And I will mail those out to you ASAP. And so we're going to do a draw for that. I'm going to hold this up. And because you've got such a long arm, you're going to reach in there. You're going to grab it. And you're going to...
Which one is this for?
What? Oh, it's for both. Whoever wins both.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be one or the other.
Nope. It's a $50 value, basically, for both of them.
Okay.
So one name.
Wait. Drum roll.
Robin G.
Robin G. Congratulations. I'll send Robin an email, and hopefully they reach back, and then I'll be able to send them the
I can't read it. Yeah. So Robin G, if you can hear and if you're watching, you won, man. Congrats.
Well, it would come up as Robin G there. Did it?
It depends on how long it takes.
Do you think we should keep going until, or if the person is watching or not?
Robin G has not said hello or anything.
But well, keep talking. Who knows?
Well, I'll message and see. And if not, then I'll do it again next month or on the side, and I'll just do a separate video, just in case, like even if they say it's okay or whatever. So
That's the prize. Nah, I'll pass.
well, I mean, some people say whatever, but let's get back to the RDC.
Okay. So I actually brought 3 of those today.
Okay.
But this one I pulled out because this is the actual one. If you watch Chris Fox's videos, he was actually working on 6215. Like he was actually moving it with 6111 and moving Edmonston around.
Yeah.
So this actually has the Air Start Cummins in it.
Yep.
Cummins motor.
Yeah.
4-stroke. And I run it with like my 6135 and my 6148. And they just run beautiful.
Now, yeah, when we were at the our prior train show, you actually let me run them, and I was quite impressed as well. They were very smooth, running as a set.
Oh yeah.
And obviously as individuals as well, they would run very smoothly. But yeah, it seemed very seamless when they were running. And did you adjust the volume at all? Because we were in a large place.
No, I did not adjust the volume. They were actually, I believe they're still at max volume. Wait, yes. Tristan, I think, dropped the volume just a bit.
Just a bit.
Just a bit, so that the speaker doesn't blow. But they were still pretty good that you can hear them.
And do they still run?
Actually, yes, they do. They run right now between Sudbury and White River. I don't know if they run on the EN anymore. And of course, well, Jason Schron has his 6133. I'm wondering where he's actually going to run that still.
Yeah.
Now that the OBRY is gone.
I remember there's that video that they did where you just see the bulldozer just.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, down in Moncton?
Yeah.
Oof. Ooh.
But I mean, they managed to save one at least,
Yeah.
which is good. So hopefully the repairs and whatnot, it all goes through, and then hopefully someday you even get to ride on it. That would be pretty cool. Because I've ridden on the LRC, so it'd be nice. Yeah. From Toronto to Ottawa. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I actually have never been on any high-speed passenger train in Canada yet.
Really?
The only train I've really ever ridden on is the Wakefield train. That's it. That was the only train I've ever been on. I've never been on a corridor runner. I've never, and I would actually, that's one of my bucket lists is to ride the Canadian across country on vacation.
That would be cool. That's up there on my list as well. The Canadian, yeah. It's just sitting in the dome, just chilling, taking pictures of the Rockies and whatnot as you're going through.
What part? Which dome? Which part of the class would you actually get a room? Would you get a room?
I mean, well, I'd have to get a room. Yeah. I mean, if it's going across, that takes a week to get from like the Toronto area all the way to BC. It's about a week.
Oh yeah, because you're on CN trackage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Delays, and whatnot. Oh yeah, for sure.
Now Via went back to using Via CP trackage. That may speed up a little bit, maybe.
Maybe.
Right. Because I went to Calgary last year, and actually going through downtown, like the old station's still there.
Did you go to Supertrain?
No, I went there for just the summer, just a Calgary Stampede, but I actually did quite a bit of train spotting there.
Oh, nice.
Don't get me wrong, I would love to go for Supertrain, but
yeah,
work and all that,
Yeah, it's at a weird time of the year, April. Like,
yeah,
no one really asks for time off in April.
No. March break.
That's funny, eh? Like, I was looking for train shows, and Ontario and stuff, there's not much in June and July.
There might be little ones here and there, but
Yeah,
unless you're,
I know Long Sioux's coming up.
Yeah, long, so that's what the only one I can find.
Yeah, and well, the Arm Prior one we just had there too.
True.
can I just?
Yeah, pick it up.
Go ahead, give
I
it a toss.
trust you.
Toss
I
it around.
trust you. Just don't. If I see it go flying across the room.
I just want to show them the bottom of this one as well,
Oh, yeah.
just because it's all there. It's all there.
Oh yeah.
These things look awesome. And you know what? The weight of it, like, it's not needed to be. It's not necessary.
I should
That
pull
it's-
that email out that if you have a Rapido RDC with another Rapido RDC, and if it does go out, it is covered. They
Yes.
told me that.
Yeah, that was a conversation, and if you guys remember, we had that conversation where I was very unsure about getting an RDC for the simple fact that Jason said if you run two of them, or if you try to pull anything with this, and it does something to the gears.
Yeah, because the motors are small.
Yeah.
It's two small motors. It's not a big motor going across to actually cover it. It's two small motors. Actually, when I got my 6111, my first one, and I ran it just by itself, actually, the motor went in one of the bogies.
Really?
But it was completely covered. They took it.
Yeah.
I got it back within a week, working like a brand new clock.
So the new statement is that because these have been done by Proto 2000 as well, they are saying that if you make a consist of two Rapido and something happens, as long as they're paired up properly, it should be okay.
Yes, that's
you're
what
covered.
I got to find that email though, just to let you know. But that's what they told me in an email. This was it. I specifically asked them if I bought Rapido RDCs, mash them together as a consist, am I covered if something blows? And they said yes. If Jason or Jordan would want to confirm with that with me, or I just got to find that email. But I've been running them. They actually like play in the knuckle together.
Yeah.
So there's really no pull on them whatsoever. So really, they're all three are under their own power.
Huh.
When I have all three in the consist.
And they look great too, and they sound really good, like you were saying.
Oh yeah.
And directional lighting as well, which is really nice, and interior lighting as well.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
And you can actually shut off the interior lighting with wands. They have wands now.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, that's neat. Okay, so they still have the easy peasy lighting.
Yes, they have that. So like if you can actually still have it run in the yard.
Yeah.
But you can actually flick off the lights, and even though it's still running, you can flick off the lights. It's not going to draw any track. It'll draw track power, but it's not wasting it on the lights.
Okay.
Whereas the first run didn't have that.
So okay, now here's a big question for the both of you guys. What is your wish list? If Rapido came to you and said, "What would you like us to make?" And it could be N scale, it could be HO scale.
P42.
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 You didn't even have to think about that one. You're like, shut up and take my money.
You know they're going to have a problem with Atherin. You know Atherin has the rights to that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Where this is not.
I know, but they should.
I mean, because I'm going to say
P42, P42.
I'm going to say the F59, and I know that Metrolinx is being, they're not playing ball right now, and it's tough because everybody wants. Well, I don't know who everybody is. I speak on behalf of the Go Transit community. Here we go. So all the Go Transit guys want a proper car,
proper locomotive.
Well, an F59 would be ideal. They just did the F7s, so you can get an F7 Go Transit locomotive. Those were very early Go Transit.
That's when I first started up, and I think they only ran on just the main corridor. That's it. They didn't really go north or anything yet either, did they?
No, I don't think so.
So what pulls the GO train right now?
GO train goes all the way to Barrie now.
The
MP40, but I believe
the
they still
F59.
have the F59 running in some areas. I'm not sure.
But it's the fact that the cars, the Bombardier or
Bi-levels.
Bombardier cars, teach their own. They're not prototypical. and they're not willing to, redo it because I believe originally they were doing them for the American road names, which they might be more prototypical to them, but the Toronto-based ones,
Who owns the rights for that right now?
Atherton.
Atherton has the rights to that.
But even with that, you're just paying for the rights to put the name on it, right? So when you want to do an LRC car, it's not so much, okay, I want to do an LRC car. It's the fact that, okay, I have to pay to have the rights to be able to put Via Rail on it. And that's the tough part. That's the part that, they're having an issue with.
Okay.
So once Metrolinx, learns how to bend a little bit, then maybe it'll be more ideal. But until then, it's a dream. So.
Well, if we're dreaming, again, it's never happened. Because
you already called it P42.
Man.
Sorry, no take backsies.
1 second. It's my wife.
Oh.
Yes, honey. What's your wish list? Oh, she has one.
Oh.
She has one. This never fly with any company because it's just not a big market. But I would love to see the new. I think I said it before. The new O train.
The
LRT
new
here. You can't find it anywhere.
No.
But I mean, Ottawa's just a small market. No one in out west Canada or America is going to want an O train.
I could honestly see Cato doing that. I could see Cato doing that. Is it Cato or is it who did those other ones? The other tram ones?
I don't know.
Even if it's European, because I've checked. Like, there's this.
Oh yeah. Wait, the European one. That's the one you bought at Arm Prior, right?
Yeah, that's the old O train.
Okay.
But now Ottawa has a new one.
Yeah.
And there's no model. There's no model anywhere in the world that I can find.
Any company out there, please come to Canada, model this thing so that Mark can have his O train.
What was your?
That it would be a toughie. It's a very tough. Actually, you know what? I just saw this not too long ago. I'm wondering if Rapido would get into mow equipment.
Well, I mean, they already sort of, but like, what specifically?
I saw this. This was actually someone from the club. They put this up, but it is a mow train that has a 9-car modified well system, and it's actually it's basically a giant mow train.
Okay.
But it's all one unit.
Okay, so it's not like a flat car or a gondola.
No. What it is it's 9 well car. I saw it with it had 3 well car sets. They showed a video of it, and I don't know, but it had F40. It had the trucks, the BB trucks on it, and it was a very weird unit. That would actually be something that I'd like to see.
That would be interesting to see. I want to see the picture of it. I can't even imagine it right now.
I think I could pull it up right now.
If you guys out there, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, let Mark know in the chat there what your wish list.
I've got a few actually.
Rapido. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, what do you got? What do you got?
Chris W.
Okay.
Seconds the P42. I'll have you know. And he wants also a new Canadian.
A new Canadian. Okay.
Someone else wants a Canadian Bud cars and a CPRS 23.
Mm-hmm. Hear me out. They gotta do the Confederation. That would have been an amazing train in all its purple and white and colors and CP and bam. And then the add-on box set is like, just take my money. You know what I mean? Like,
there's the video, but I will actually do my wish list.
Oh, that's crazy.
Royal train that goes with the Royal Hudson, like the actual proper set, like the actual heavyweight cars that the Queen and the King were actually on in 1939.
What's your wish? Did you put one in here, Chris?
Yeah, the F15. Oh, P42. P42.
Maybe that too.
The Confederation, though. Bring back the Confederation and what was it? The turbo train. If we can get, I mean, if they can do it in scale, then they have to be able to do it in HO again, because that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. I know a lot of people out there would. No one's wallet would appreciate that though. So there's that. But
unless we somehow all became super rich.
I mean, that would be crazy. But So, was there? Did you have anything? Any other wish?
No.
Any other crazy P42 wish?
No.
No. More LRC cars?
No, that's good. That wish came true.
Actually,
true.
Renaissance
Renaissance. The Renaissance
cars.
Now, were they LRC cars painted like Renaissance?
No, well, no. I think Rapido was there. This question was asked by Rapido as well, if they were going to do Renaissance, and I think they may be talking about that. I'm not sure because the Renaissance is going to be retiring soon. Because
that's true. I like that. The one car that I think is a baggage car, and it's completely it's like a solid turquoisey blue strip going right down the side. It looks really nice. But
okay.
Also, maybe one last wish is some modern buses.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
Again, just
that's
very,
valid. Very
very
valid.
Ottawa.
Yeah.
It's very Ottawa specific.
N scale or no?
Maybe Jason will do an N scale.
Yeah.
They will do an N scale bus.
I would not be surprised if they do.
That would be super small.
Yeah.
Let's do some more announcements as far as train related. Not so much Rapido, but Otter Valley actually just released a surprise run of an OSR GP7, and it's a box set that comes with 2. Now, I do tend to like one more than the other just because it says Ontario Southland in huge letters down the side.
New logo.
Yeah, I don't know, that it grabs my attention, but it's nice that you get a 2 set. It's numbers 378 and 383. And you're looking at $349.99 for a set of 2, but in DC, and $549.99 for a set of 2, both with DCC lock sound. They were originally done by Atlas, which I do really trust. I really like Atlas products. They've been around long enough. They've got it right. So they came in about a week ago, and you can only get them from Otter Valley. So OVRtrains.com, take a look. You drop the link.
I did.
Sweet.
Nice.
I never heard of Southland, Ontario Southland.
Yeah.
You never heard of the
It's
OSR?
south of the Ontario Northland.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm embarrassed to say, never heard of it.
I think it's near Lake Erie.
I thought at first Lauren just made up a
Oh, you just
with a road.
Ontario.
It runs all down in that area. It's a short line.
Port. What is it called? Fort Erie. Fort Erie. And
Fort
something.
Erie.
I'm not too familiar.
It actually does run into St. Thomas.
It does. Yeah.
But it stops prior to the old queso.
Now, one thing that we didn't have here that I wish we did have here was a Royal Hudson. They are, like, at the very beginning, they're going like hotcakes just because they look gorgeous. Now, I'm not much of a steam guy, and that's why I don't have one. It would just sit on the layout and look fancy, but it's about it.
I would have it up on the wall because it is so, like, with these steam products that are coming out with Rapido, they're out of the park. They're like...
And wasn't it their first steam locomotive?
The Royal Hudson was their first. And now that they're coming out with their second run,
yeah,
the D10, and I think it's the H6. I'm not sure. Or is it the other way?
D10 is next, I believe.
Yeah, but the H6 I think is going to be paired with it because they're both, one's CN, one's CP, I think.
Again, I don't know.
I don't know. It's steam.
But that's cool though. Yeah. So I guess with the widely success of the Royal Hudson come the D10 and all the other steam ones that they're probably going to be doing going forward, which is awesome because it was actually, they had their first model last year at the Rapido open house. It was a hand painted model, I believe. And I was looking at it and I thought it looked spectacular. It took a year to get them on the shelf. It took 5 minutes for them to be sold out. And then they got the second run in last week. And as Lauren said near the beginning of the stream there, they're also all the blue BC ones, they're going really quick. There's only a couple left. So if you haven't gotten one yet, they're going for $609.99 at Otter Valley.
I know you can get the water tender from another.
They sell the water tender as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes. Rapido does have the water tender?
Yeah, I did see those.
I didn't see that online on their site.
Yup.
Really?
Also, another huge one from the show, they had the factory painted. It literally had just arrived like half hour before they even started the live stream, was the Tempo. The Tempo CN locomotive.
Ooh.
Now, that is a sharp looking locomotive, and here's why.
That RS18?
The red and white is, it's so crisp. It just, I had to ask if it was like painted by one of the guys, because Jordan or Dan usually do a painted model. No, it was factory, and I was like, wow.
Oh.
I was blown away. And the cars look really nice too. That's the thing, because if you have a good looking locomotive and your cars are crud, then it just kind of throws the whole thing off. No, the cars with the little red doors, I love it. I love it. Can't get enough of it. You can still actually pre-order those. They're going to be selling for $590, but you can pre-order it for $100. So it'll knock $100 off there when you go to purchase it, which is good.
Nice.
And then there's a whole bunch of stuff that's showing up tomorrow. It's tomorrow or Saturday. They got an import that's coming in. They actually got more of these in recently. I really love these. These are Walthers. It's a high cube boxcar, and at a price point of $28.99 CP. It works perfect for me, for what I do, and it doesn't hurt my wallet. There's 3 different numbers. I have 1 left to get, so I'm probably going to be getting the third one there. And I like the safety stripe. The safety striping going down the side. I think it's on it's on that side too. So those are really nice. And of course, I don't have one here. It's way over on the other side. Not a big deal.
You want to go get it?
It's not a huge deal.
Okay.
The Trainman, Atlas Trainman boxcars that I've been preaching about since January, when I noticed that they were going to be doing more numbers. Those are finally coming in. They are hitting the store, and I don't have a price yet, but they're normally about $32 a piece. But the detail level, you feel like you should be paying way more. And I always get the O&R chevron to match everything else I own. Also, the cylindrical hoppers. Now, I did a review of those a few years back. The Canadian ones, they are Walthers, yes, but I was still really impressed with how well they, even the walkways on top, you'd swear, I would put those up beside a Rapido, and yes, the Rapido ones are prototypical in size, but they still look just as good, and you're paying way less.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. The Rapido ones, they are a shorter car. They weren't designed for a grain, whereas the Canada ones were weep board and all that. Those are 4550s. The CP ones that just came out from Rapido, they're 3800s. They're shorter.
Yeah.
And they weren't used for grain or anything like that.
But they always say that, and they boast that those are the most prototypical cylindrical hoppers on the market. But do they mean that as in, they're better than Intermountain? They're better than the Walthers ones, or is it the fact that there's no other one on that size? And of course, if there's no other one, of course it's the best.
Yeah, well, no one has a 3800. That's true, because everyone else were making Fubies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if no one else made an F40, then technically that would be the best one on the market, because.
But Lifelike made the F40, and so did
Walthers
and Cato.
Yeah, and Cato, which we're going to disregard because there's really no point in any of it. Well, Cato drives are really good.
Yes.
I'll give them that.
Don't get me wrong. I actually have 3 Cato units in the truck right now.
I had the Walthers ones. Before they started doing their wraps, I was doing my own custom paint jobs. I had the Kool-Aid, not the Kool-Aid one, the Tellus. I did the Tellus for Chris.
Oh. Okay.
And I did a Tellus for myself, I and then I also did a Diet Pepsi. I really like the all white with the blue and red. Oh, I loved it. It wasn't Coke, but it was Diet Pepsi.
Yeah. I think they didn't do a Diet Pepsi one because of copyright.
That, and also the actual train was, it was a promotional train that ran with flat cars that were also painted Diet Pepsi with Jeeps,
Yeah,
with Diet Pepsi on the Jeeps as well.
I actually
So that would be a bit
saw
much.
a picture. They actually did the Bud's cars too. They had a red and blue stripe
Really?
going down the side.
Really?
It's an
Oh,
old
wow.
photo,
Wow.
but you can actually see it going down the side. It actually went down the side of the parked car.
That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see that. Yeah, the reason why they probably didn't do it was, yeah, you know, getting
Royalties.
Pepsi on board for that.
And that's another reason why with the Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. Even though it wasn't even really the best Spider-Man movie.
No.
You know, Spider-Man 2 was the best one out of the three, but
I don't know.
Tom Holland, yeah.
It just looked good driving down on the corridor. That's all.
Yeah.
It just looked good going by at 90 miles an hour.
That's true. The OSR. There's a couple of other ones like Agloma Central. There's going to be a couple of them that are available, but I wanted to highlight the OSR just because the burgundy and the tan color, it just looks really good together. Yeah, that's a hot car. There's also more Atlas center beams that are on their way as well. CN, TTX, a few. There's a few of them. So.
Any well cars?
No, not that I've seen.
Hey, all those well cars you ran at the Empire Train Show, those all yours?
Actually, most of them are mine. Some of them belong to Nico as well. They were not all mine. We were just trying to make the record for the club and I think we were at 70, maybe 75 cars being pulled by those Bowsers.
It was pretty cool. I should have stayed for the live, but I was so freaking hungry.
We never mentioned that you're also a member of HoTrack.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. If there's anybody in the Ottawa area that is interested.
Someone did ask actually. This Mega T Cash, who I don't recognize. Thanks for the sub, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
If you are interested in joining the HoTrack, I mean, when do you guys normally meet? I mean, right now it's summer, so
yeah, I think
it's off season.
It's in September is the next one.
In September, okay. So
right.
they'll be able to contact you through your email, or on your Facebook, or not your Facebook, your
my application's
YouTube.
in.
Your YouTube.
My application's in, so
yeah.
Just gotta eat the worms. Say it up backwards. Yeah, hazing.
We'll get you done. We'll get you almost done brakeman probably by then. You may be a journeyman by the end of the weekend.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Can I have another? Thank you, sir. Can I have another? Thank you, sir.
Keep sending them out. Let's go.
Did you bring more? No, that was everything, eh? That was it. That was it. Wow.
Well, I do have something else here if you want me to that caboose.
We might have to save that. We'll save it.
We'll save it?
Yeah, that needs like specific attention because I'd have to put on the track
and we have to power it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's like you know yeah. But I mean, we're pushing 9:30. Actually, we definitely we went over what we normally do, but there was so much to cover.
Yeah.
Did you guys have anything else to add? Anything?
I don't know. It is hard. Like I don't actually know what else to say, but we had it was a great. It's like so much discussion here and just brainstorming on ideas and everything and how Rapido like started up. I think they just started up like 2012 and now look at them.
Yeah,
they're up there with the big boys.
Oh, for
just
sure.
about.
Like they've already beaten out a lot of other people who have done F40s. I mean, I don't think Proto was too much competition.
No.
I mean, they've passed Walthers. Like I love Walthers cars, but now there's so much more to them that Walthers just, they come with the lighting, they come with the interior detail. Yeah. They already come with all the grab iron, all that already added on them. You're paying, $20 to $30 more a car in some cases, but you're getting what you're paying for.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like it is hard with the pricing and all that, and like you said, but you also when you can try and get it at the right time, because also the brick and mortar. But don't get me wrong, Otter Valley, they just dropped the price on some of the stuff, which is like, ooh,
Yeah.
I'm saving money here, which is amazing.
Yep. That's why I shop there, right? Like it's.
I started I started shopping there not too long ago.
Yeah.
And well, online, it's like a 9-hour drive, and with work and all that.
For you, yeah. So,
Monday to Friday, nonstop. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to go up on a Saturday or Sunday, but
I've done the trip. It's a 7-hour drive there and a 7-hour. It's a forever drive back.
it's basically It sounds like it's a team drive.
Yeah.
Really. You want to go up there as a group.
Oh yeah, for sure. What about you? What say you, Mark from M&M? Mark of M&M.
I'm good. I have nothing to say Rapido wise.
No, no complaints.
No complaints.
Another one that we're missing actually is the LRC, the actual locomotive. It took 10 years to make.
Oh yeah.
And
that is.
Then they killed it.
Tristan
it was good.
has one. Tristan has one.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't run anymore, so
well,
I'd have it for a collection, but I don't. If someone gave it to me, I wouldn't turn it away. But
no,
I'm not gonna buy one.
No, the only thing I had, I'll call it a concern that I had with the LRC locomotive, was that because there was 2 speakers in it, the speakers were faced down, and right underneath.
There was actually 2?
Yeah.
Really?
And right underneath there was a screw, and when the sound was on, the speaker would be almost like rubbing up against the head of the screw.
Oh.
So what you would have to do is you take the speaker out, you take the screw out, and you file down the head of the screw just enough so that there's no longer a contact between the screw head and the speaker, because it would actually make like almost like a rattling or humming kind of sound.
I did not know that. Yeah, but then you have to watch out in case you didn't cut it there, or that you would strip, like say it would actually bite and go and crooked, and then you'd screw up your locomotive.
Oh no, the top, not the bottom.
No, even the top there, because it's got a bite properly.
Oh,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you just take it down a bit. It's not too much, like a milli inch or something. I don't know. Unit of measurement. But yeah. So I think that's it. I think that's all we've got this month.
Yeah.
The next show, which is going to be next month, obviously, July 25th. July 25th. I don't know what's happening yet. It usually comes to me while I'm sleeping. And or I'll be working on a train, and then that happens. So
I'll be at work by then.
Oh. But stay tuned. Thank you for coming by.
Hey, thank you. Like, this is actually, I think, my first show I've actually done a live stream, and thank you guys for adding me onto this.
Oh, it's not a problem. Thanks for bringing some cool stuff. And Mark, as always, thank you for coming by.
Thanks.
And Mark, we'll see you in September.
Yes.
Hey, Chris, you got to join up if you get the
that's
chance.
True. I don't play well with others.
Tristan will help you out.
I guess.
So would Mark. Once Mark's an engineer, he'll take you around.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's something to look into. I got to get out of the house every once in a while. The wife drives me crazy. Unless she's watching, she's totally fine.
Stephanie?
But yeah, stay tuned for the next GVO After Dark number 9, which is going to happen July 25th, 8 p.m. Yeah. Same bat time. Wait, is that a copyright thing?
Yeah, that's
okay. Well,
I think so.
That being said, I got a train to catch. Bye, everybody.
Stay safe.
Get out.
Yeah.